Welcome back to Old Junk and a Dog. We're here again with the Subaru Justy. I started pulling off the valve cover here. I thought, well, you know what? I forgot you guys. So here you are. I'm just doing a little bit more final work. Run this thing a little bit, and the valves seem a little tappety. So we have valve get lash guides right there. So we're just going to lash the valves real quick, and the tires are not the smoothest tires at 65. So I'm going to go back over there and dig out my tire balancer. I've had hit and miss luck with this old thing. You know, it's just a $50 tire balancer that I picked up randomly on Marketplace. So I'm not real sure on the accuracy of how well it balances. But it does something, and it's free. And I thought, why not try it? I mean, these tires are tiny, so not going to take a lot of weight, I hope. So that's what we're working on right now. All right, let's see what we got to go by in here. And that's an engine that's seen a few miles, but a little cruddy, but not too horrible. I've seen a lot worse, but I just wanted, yeah, that's what it is. A little tappety, So just need to tighten them up a little bit. So I'm over here listening to Gillum Farms on their live stream on Thursday nights. I highly suggest it. They're good people. And so that's what we're working on right now. And I'm going to use both hands. I don't have my tripod out here right now. But I'm going to use both hands and just kind of go through and do a little adjustment just to tighten those up just a little bit. See if make it run just a touch better. All right. Let's see. I already set these four right here. All of those are the 6,000s, or what it says on here, 0.15 millimeters. So I'm going to go for 0.25 millimeters or 10,000ths on the exhaust. And I'm just noticing that this is the one loose one right now. The rest of them are tightened down. But this one is actually on the tight side. So I have the world's tiniest little wrench. And 12 millimeter. Loosen them up. Get them in there where you can just feel them right. It's supposed to be set cold. This engine is lukewarm right now. But it's not hot. That's almost right. It wasn't too far off. I think someone at some point saw the numbers up there and thought, well, I'll set the intakes to 15,000s, which is way too much. They might not mess with the, yeah, it's got a nice drag on it. It might not have messed with the exhaust. Let's see if I can turn this thing over without pinching my fingers. No, I can't. Okay, well, bring you back. Okay, we're back. I bumped the engine over. These are all nice and tight now. These two got a lot of play on. And that one's tight right now. We'll check that one. Then we'll have to bump it over again and get to that one. But it's not hard to adjust. Just gotta get in there and do it. They are extremely tight though for some reason. Like they have been off in that. 6th out. Just keep playing until you feel a little bit of drag. Starting to feel better. All I'm doing is go until you can't pull it out, and turn it back until you pull it out. So it's between too much and just right. Right there. So take that out, tighten down the lock nut, and check. 6th out still. Got a nice little drag on there. And I didn't check to see what these things were originally, but they feel like they were pretty dang loose. And I can hear them, so that's a good indicator they're pretty dang loose. Last one here. Don't think the exhausts are really as bad as the intakes were. Starting to feel a little drag. Starting to feel a little drag. Starting to feel a little drag. See, now I can't pull it out. So, alright. Right there's good enough. Somewhere in the neighborhood good enough. Good sign when the thick one doesn't go in there. Okay, I'm happy with all the intakes. So close that up. This one feels tight. That's one thing I noticed is all the intakes were loose, and I think the exhausts were a little on the tight side. So. No more ticky, 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 ticky. A lot better. Well, on to the next thing. Okay, I'm over here at my old tire balancer. I might mention earlier, this thing got dang cheap off of Marketplace. It works, kinda, but not great. You'll see here in a second, but we're going to throw a tire on here. It up. Where it's nice and true. And here, we're in a tight spot here. So, well, one thing we're watching for is when you spin this thing, you want to see how much the tire is going up and down or side to side. This one's actually pretty dang smooth, which is amazing for a Chinese tire, for a Chinese mud tire. Where I got set for the rim size. One, stand her up. And we see that it needs some weight. Now this is where this tire balancer is fun, is you look around for the weights that are close. Here's a 175. Might be for aluminum rim, I'm not sure. I have lots of weights, but they're all off of other vehicles and been used. So you mount it up to the top. That's definitely for an aluminum wheel. It's not going to stay on there. So we look around for a 175 that's not been used. That looks better. We're not going to bother with the 25 yet because this balancer is finicky where you kind of have to play with it a few times. So you put that 175 on there, threw the other side off. See where that wants that 25 real quick, just for fun. Exactly the opposite. So, exactly the opposite. We're going to look for a 150. I've kind of found that this machine works pretty good if you have to play with it. But you have to go back and forth until you find something that's close. We'll try throwing a 75 on the other side here just for fun. Find a 75. There's a 75. And we'll see where the if that kind of balances out the 25 ounce on the outside. What I'm saying is, you play with it enough, and if you get the zero out, the tires are not too bad. But it's getting there. See, At 25, just go at the 0.25 of an ounce. Let's see where that's at. Still exactly the opposite of the original weight. And if we're going for perfection, which on a little car like this is kind of nice, look around for a regular 150 weight. Okay. We may have one in there. I don't know. Just goes in the pile. Scrub on a little bit. There's a 150. So we'll just take this weight off and put the 150 right in its place and see how it likes that. Zero it out. And like I said, this tire rolls out pretty smooth, so I'll call this one a good one for the front. The rim's nice and straight. Yep. And you just repeat that 4 times and you have a balanced car. Could I go spend $120 at the tire shop? Sure. Did I spend $50 on this machine and it's saving me money every time I use it? Also sure. So, and there's a good possibility that I'll balance these all out and it'll still shimmy and shake, and then I'll take it to the tire shop and have them do it with a machine that actually works. But right now we're going for free. Okay, got the wheels back on and all torqued down. Put the ones with the rolled the smoothest and took the least amount of weight on the front. This one right here, true to form for a Chinese tire, had a little hop to it, and it's also the one that took the most weight. You see that big weight on there. But it's on the rear, so you only feel that in your butt just a little bit. At least it won't shake the steering wheel. And, you know, all back on together. Let's take it for a little test drive, see how the valve job and the new balanced tires feel. Okay, here we go. Oh, I can tell from just right off the bat that valve job made all the difference in the world to how this thing runs. Roll the window here, it's kind of chilly. Steering wheel's nice and smooth. 4th gear, 60 miles an hour. Power in 5th gear now? Yes, we do. We didn't have power before 5th gear. There's 65. Oh, this car's drivable now. Ready for a road trip of some sort. See what I can do about that. Well, the car's running a lot better, but I still have an issue with it idling. It wants to either rev real high to the moon or not. And I was just messing with stuff, and then I realized something. Here, just the carburetor's loose from the something going on, but let's see. Might as well pull the carburetor off and see why it's shimmering around. So there's a few vacuum hoses here I might want to mark, so I'm going to work towards that. Well, I have to say, this is one of the most hateful little carburetors I have ever seen to get off. But it is dirty. You can see one clean venturi, one really black venturi, and some craze down at the bottom. So it definitely needs to be cleaned. I've got a carb kit for it, so might as well take it apart and clean it. But the bottom of the bowl is loose from the base plate. And to get to those screws, you have to pull the base plate off. So might as well go ahead and pull everything apart and give it a cleaning before I throw it back together. But I just thought I'd bring you guys in here. I got the top just flipped over right now. Ain't much to that, just the float, and that's all working. So we're just one piece at a time. But here, let me do extreme zoom here. See that little nut right down in there? Yeah, that's right easy to get to. And there's two in the back. Managed to get one off the front there. How the hell I'm ever going to get back on there, I don't know. But they're coming off easy at least. All right, well, continue at it. I just not really recording much because I'm cussing, so I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Now, this is, like I said, a very hateful little carburetor with lots of vacuum lines and what's going on. But the base plate is loose, so we're going to blow this thing apart, throw some new gaskets in it, throw some carb cleaner through it, some air. I mean, it didn't run horribly, but it just went idle for craps, and if it's sucking air, yeah, we'll definitely do it. So clean it up and see what I got. All right, well, true to form, I got the wrong carburetor kit. Surprise, surprise. Now I get to wait 2 weeks for one of those. Yay! So, issue being, I can put this thing back together. But the accelerator pump on the old carburetor was torn. So I thought, well, I'd go ahead and try to put the new lip seal from the new kit onto the old accelerator pump. And I broke the original accelerator pump and sprung one of the little plastic washer things off into oblivion. I can't find it anywhere. So I'm going to put this carburetor back together without the accelerator pump and put it back on the car so I can move it and get on to other projects. But joy, I get to do this again in 2 weeks. But I do have the carb a little bit more cleaned up. At least all the ports and everything are flowing freely like they're supposed to. Trying to lose the float here apparently. Yeah, make sure that stays in there. Any rate, so the only thing I have to do really in 2 weeks is pull the top cover or top part of the carburetor back off again and slide a new accelerator pump in it. So that's not too bad, but it's still just a minor annoyance. I love buying parts and having to buy parts again and wait for them. And of course, I've opened up the kit already, so can't return it. So it's $50 wasted. Yep. We do it right because we do it twice. Okay, it's been a couple weeks later on the Justy. I have the correct carb kit. And I ordered a universal electric choke kit because the cable wasn't doing the thing. So, yep, that's what I'm going to be doing. And it appears I just had a really cool truck roll in here. I like that. That's right. All right, go check out OBS Shipyard for his build. He just did a nice expose on the K-Rolla, so that's an interesting vehicle. We'll check back in here in just a little bit. Okay, got the top of the carburetor off. The one piece I need right here is a accelerator pump. So we'll just kind of work him in to his hole. And it seems like it works. Squirt, squirt. Everything else looks pretty clean yet. Set this thing down just a little bit, and then we're going to put the see if the universal electric choke kit will work.
And it's Dave, right? All right, Dave, thank you.
Take this off while the top's off because it's a lot easier. So don't put one of these stupid manual choke conversions on this thing. So we're switching it back to electric because it's Japanese and it doesn't require cables to be pulled.
All right. So you got your little knobby there on the dash somewhere?
I had one. It broke. The cable broke, which makes it really useless.
Hey, at least it smells really nice. The little black tree does this car justice.
It does. That's all Mr. Whiskey asked.
That's a good fella there.
Yeah, he is.
Are these all vacuum now?
Yeah. Yeah.
And what is this?
Oh,
Valves.
it's Japanese.
Right.
It requires extra.
Extra engineering.
Okay. Well, fancy. And it came with screws, which is nice.
Oh, that's always good hardware. Hey, this looks a little melty. Is that melty?
Yeah, that's a little melty. I assume that's not necessary.
No, certainly not. You're navigating.
Yep. Head out that way. So we got a special guest driver for the Subaru.
Rally driver.
Rally driver. Try it out. Now we have an accelerator pump.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Oh, its happiest between 5 and 6.
Is it? What's that?
It's more carburation issues.
At $4,000, it's alright. I had 4,500, not so much.
Okay, well we'll play with the tune on the carburetor maker. I thought I had that tuned out of it. I guess I didn't like that. For some reason, I think this thing might be jetted for high altitude. I don't know why.
That
Yeah,
makes sense.
it came from the mountains. There it goes.
Oh, yeah. Don't mind mistake, please.
Yeah, yeah. We definitely have full insurance and license on this car. Definitely.
Invisible license plates.
Okay, well,
I can see how this get like 50 miles a gallon.
yeah.
Because it takes forever to get up there.
Oh, it's absolutely pathetic. But you know, you have a lot of fun under 55 miles an hour with this car.
Yeah.
Jim, tell me your reaction to driving the Subi.
Well, I can see that there's a lot of fun to be had in this car. However, the brakes leave a whole lot to be desired, and that whole backfiring at $3-4 is also.
Yeah. Well, that's just carburation. Like I said, I think it's jetted for altitude, so.
But fun factor, 9 out of 10. And it's got a 5-speed. I mean, you can't go wrong with a
Yeah.
5-speed.
And all-wheel drive. 4-wheel drive. I don't know, is that A or a 4? We can't really tell. You switch it in and out, so that's a 4-wheel drive.
Yeah, selectable.
Yeah. Don't mind the smoke come off of it. That's just
I can
normal.
smell it.
Yeah. You might have an oil leak still. But it's a fun little car. It just runs a lot better with an accelerator pump. I know that. Oh well.
So it runs better now than it did?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Marginally. Well, I had it tuned where it wouldn't do the little poppy thing at $4,000,
Okay.
and I just retuned it, and it doesn't like it again. So. Okay, back on the Subaru again. This car's not too bad, but it has this one area right here where the roof rack or something got into it. And this is a Japanese car, so not very thick metal. So what I have here is my daughter's glue gun with sparkly green glitter glue. I have a bolt. I'm going to glue that down and hammer around it, see if I can pull that dent with hot glue and just a little bit of patience. I glue down pretty good, actually. We'll just leave the hot glue gun going right here on the windshield where it surely won't leak out green glitter glue all over the windshield. So just give it not as much stick as I'd hope. I'm going to go rough this bolt up a little bit. Give some grip. We'll try again. And we'll wait for the dang clock to ding. Sweetheart, I'm using your daughter's green glue to fix the car, and you're being recorded. Oh. Oh. Would you like me to turn it off so I can talk to you? Going shopping? Well, have fun. Spend lots. Okay. Let's see if this works any better. Yeah, we got a little more pull there. I don't pull on this very much. But what I have is my body hammer with some tape on it. And some disappointment. And the quality of the glue is almost like it's for decorating cardstock instead of actually holding anything down. Maybe I should go find real glue. I might have some around here somewhere. Real glue sticks. Just try hammering around this dent. You look for the high spots. This is high over here. Around the dent. Push the metal back where it goes. Flexing the whole roof, pushing it down there, hoping it'll pop up here. Got a pretty good crease right there where something drug across this thing at one point. Right, push the metal back into it. So I was really hoping the glue stick would work. But it appears that green glitter glue is not the most great for body work. We'll just put a little bit more on there. Let dry. See, you've got strings of green and glitter. I imagine they probably make better glue sticks. And that just pulls right off. Disappointment. I was hoping. Okay, got the headliner pulled down just a little bit on the seam here. Let's see what we can do here. Just got something with a blunt edge. Oh yeah. So we push that up. And I don't have quite enough into the corner here, but we'll get back here. There, point there, there. I did tear the hell up. Dang. Well, at least I got better access now. Pressing it a little bit at a time here, trying not to do too much. Glue stick off there now. The razor blade. And we're making progress. My problem is my body work skills are good enough to get it close enough for filler. So we're trying to do some PDR work here, and that's a little bit more skill set than I got. We'll be back in a second though. Okay, let's try this. Got a pick. See, there's a bar in there, so I have to get up and around that bar. Find it. Maybe. Pop a little bit of that dent out. Pop this down. Maybe. See, still have a high spot there, lots of low spots. something good there. I wish I could get an amble in there. That'd be great. What can you get in there to push on the backside? I can see on the camera more of this stuff moving than I can. I know all the body guys out there just screaming at me, like, take the headliner down, actually pop it out. Well, the headliner doesn't come down here. And I've already torn it up enough, but it's right above the grab handle in here, so it won't be too noticeable. Which one? Bump here. Maybe. We're making improvements. We're not making great improvements, but we're making improvements. Yeah, I need to get above there. I don't know if I can or not. Stuff in the way. Well, not an inch caved in like it was at least. One thing about bodywork is you really can't be afraid of it. That's what I really learned. See, like, it's got a lump there, so I'm trying to take this metal and push it this direction. I really wish I'd get something behind here, which I might. Where is that? Dent taken care of. Little tappy tappies. The metal will like to relax where it originally was, but like I said, we got a pretty sharp crease right there, pretty sharp crease right here. Use your hand to feel it. Like we got these two little dinks there. Hit it too hard, the whole thing's going to cave back in like it was. Like I said, small improvements. Gonna hurt the paint right there for sure. Okay, I'm going to see if I can find a way to get underneath this one right here. I might have to drill a hole, just put a screwdriver or something through to push on that crease. Like I said, making small improvements. Okay, got a pry bar in there. Look, drop it. large thing on the windshield. Okay. Right here, right here. Drift the edge, without an edge on it. We're just trying to get rid of that crease as much as we can. See, a little bit right there. Just press, press, press. Making small movements. Spoons. I need some tape on it, otherwise I'm going to scratch the heck out of the paint. We have the Harbor Freight handle set. If I get that up in there, I can actually hammer and work it pretty well. We're in there. We're up on top of the body. Getting closer. Like I said, we still got a low spot there. We have a lot of hammer marks. I'd really like to get this big old dinger right here out of the way. If I can get that thing in there, that'd be great. Gotta see what I'm doing. Bow for the headliner right there. That's what we're hitting up against. Okay, we'll work in front of the bow and we'll see if we can get behind it. Like I said, we're making improvements. If we're doing body work to this car, swing right over that and call it done. see if I can get behind that bow there. I might be able to sneak her in there. Or sneak something in there. Working right over that bow. That doesn't move. Like I said, slapstick. I need a slapstick. Again with a little bit of tape. Oh shit. Do we call it good? Stop while we're ahead while we still have some paint on here? I really wish I stupid no knot right. See that little knot? And if I can get in there and press right in the middle of this one right here, it'll work most of it out. Now I'm gonna call it good. Crow's foot here. See if I can get it up and around. Oh, look at that. Come on up, little guy. See, that's the only problem is that thing's sharp. So be careful how hard you work it because it'll press things in or out. Dent right there in the front of that bow. Get in there. Yeah, it's right there. This is where you call good enough. Good enough. It's banged out. Someone wanted to buy over this roof and actually make it look right and paint shit on it anyway, so. Just a little hammering, a little dent removal. I mean, this thing was a 1/2 inch deep. Now it's, I don't know, 1/16 anywhere. It'd be perfect for filler. We're gonna call that right there. We're gonna do a light refurb on this hood here, or this roof, and the hood probably. Okay. What we have here: soapy water, Dawn dish soap. 1500 grit sandpaper. This is a well-used piece right here. Fold it over in thirds. Gives you something to grip. Let this thing down. Let it stick it down. What we're doing here is just knock out the high spots. So yeah, this thing's pretty slick. So we're just not going to go over it lightly. We're not going to get too close to the edges. You see right down the middle of this car. That's where someone short would spray it like this and get a little bit light. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to take any of that out. That's just that paint job. But little short strokes back and forth. We're just taking the dirt out. I mean, you see the soapy water is getting a little brown. and dirt and grime that's in the paint. Doing a quick scuff. I'm not trying to take any paint off. We're just trying to take the hot spots off. You hear your paper squeak at any time, clean it. You got something underneath it. I'm not going all the way to the edge because I have no intention of polishing the edges, possibly burning through this thin Japanese paint. So just back and forth. You got it in the corner, grab a corner of it with your thumb like so. Use the palm of your hands, not your fingers. We'll go over the area we just worked a little bit more thoroughly just to knock any edges off the paint. Try to take some of these scratches out. That's the idea. Whether or not we're going to accomplish much of our goal, we're going to try. Like I said, you can't hardly hear this stuff doing anything. That's all you want. Just, like I said, we're just getting the dirt and the impurities out of the old paint. Now, if you look back at my shorts, you'll see a 55 Buick Super that I did. Just brought it out of the barn. We scotch fried the rust, wet sanded, cleared it. That's all we did. I have to give my props to my buddy Sean, my guy for 30 years that taught me how to do all this stuff. You see, got a nice brown silky film there. We're going to be doing the hood too, but that's in a minute. Clean cloth. And what you'll have is a little bit of a light haze. You can kind of see clear spots or places that you haven't got yet. But this whole thing has kind of just a little bit of haze to it. That way when you go and buff it, you know what you've done and what you haven't done. You see how one side's clear, one side's got a little bit of a light haze to it. That's all we're going for. Like I said, just taking the dirt out. Start back up this way. Until whenever the paper gets sticky, just add more water. This car's not too horrible. I did pressure wash it before I brought it in here to do all this. Get the big chunks off. And you can do this to your any car that's got a hazy paint job. What this is just basically a really, really deep clean. $1,500 grit sandpaper does very little, honestly. That's get the thicker or more aggressive stuff, and you can do a lot more. Some people start with 400, work their way up to 800. Like I said, this car is not horrible, so I'm just going straight to the 1500. scratches and stuff a little bit more, just because there ain't no harm. Knock the edges off of them. That makes the buffing a lot easier. Your rag, wipe her down. Okay, this is where you realize you have one old pad. You have scuffed it all the way down, and then you get to go to the parts store and buy a polishing compound or a cutting compound or something to bring it all back because you seem to be out. So, off to the parts store I go. Catch you in a minute. Okay, got my old pad. Got some McGuire's. Let's see, extra heavy cut because what are we doing here if we're not cutting? I'm going to quickly spray this down with a little bit of soapy water, clean it up a little bit. What I do is just get it going. Take a screwdriver. Make sure we got it all roughed up and cleaned up a little bit. Take all this shit and get it off the car. That's alright, we're wet sanding this anyway. So yeah. Professional body guys are probably shaking in their boots watching me work. Okay, so we're going to go back up to the roof here. We're going to do one half of it. Here, I'm going to hold the camera here so you guys can see what's going on. We got a nice glaze coat. So set her up. Stuff. Squirt it a little bit on. Drag, drag, drag. Get it where you want it. Kind of smooth her all out. Get where there's no clumps. The less clumps you got, the less you got to worry about. I'm not putting any pressure on this thing. I'm just letting it do the work. Careful around the edges. We're working until the majority of the polishing compound's gone. The whatever your pad is, the more of this stuff will just keep smearing around. Now, I'm not real sure if I like this McGuire shit. I'm a big fan of the 3M stuff. Big fan of this shit at all. Get the wet rag, clean it up. This is why I put the paper down. Let's see what we got. Definitely feel it cutting. Get a dry, clean rag. Squeaky, so I probably need something in my rag. I am not a fan of this shit. 0 out of 10. Would not recommend this McGuire's. This. Not fun to work. 3M, you just put it on there, let us do a thing and it'll clean itself up. What we're doing here, we're scratching the car. Let's scratch it up. Get a little bit of the wet rag just to clean it up. Dry rag to get rid of the glaze. Lots of scratches in this car. But you can see in the camera, clean, glazed. So just go over the whole roof, make it look a little better. That's all you can do with a little car like this.
Dust on my boots. Met a fella from the high Colorado roots. He said, got a little rig, runs mostly true. From whiskey gas garage delivered to you. Tiny little body like a toy on jack stands. Oh, little claws digging deep in the sand. Three banger under hood, singing thin and proud. Rattling like a washboard, buzzing kinda loud. Chugging up the road, four-wheel drive and a heart of steel. We shook on that hogback, Justy D. Needs a tune-up, tires and a pipe that ain't broke. But you're my pretty little brush buggy on this back road. Coughing black smoke rings, belts all squealing like a porch swing sings. Four-ball tires, cords picking through, but I could see a little life still left in you. We swapped that title on the hood as a desk, counted out the bills, both feeling blessed. Said I'll get you humming, just you.
All right, shiny, not shiny. Shiny. Kind of bleh. You just see, watch that light. Yeah, just blurs out. Nice and sharp. You can see my high dollar lights in the background up there. And it just bleh. Okay, well that's the difference. Keep at it.
Wait and see. Hardback gravel under us, that car and me. Hey! Subaru Justy, look at you go. Three little cylinders chugging up the road. Four-wheel drive and a heart of steel. We shook on that hogback, Justy D. Little fresh tune-up, new shoes, and a warm headlight glow. Now you're my mountain mouse in the hills we know.
little trim paint to make the bumpers look new again. Right from the scuffs and everything like that. I guess I could sand them real quick if I really wanted to. I'm not going to. Oh yeah. Now for the fun part. Okay, I'm going to call the Subaru done. It's all cleaned up, ready to rock and roll. I put the luggage rack back on if I really want to, if I'm going to haul a kayak or something. But at this point, it's not too necessary. Got the big dents knocked out of the roof. And got the bumpers all nice and clean looking. Yep, I'm happy with it. Thanks for watching Old Junk and a Dog. Be sure to give me a like and subscribe. I think you might be able to do hype at this point. I'm not sure. And give me a comment down below. Tell me what you would do differently, because I'm not doing it right. I know that. Someone else might be doing it right. But it is a Subaru and it's shiny. So y'all have a good one.